myself to people. I'm so competitive that I'm always comparing myself to people. Whereas now, I enjoy just trying to be the best me, and I enjoy when other people try to be the best of them. And so I try to be contagious in that sense. Now I'm not worrying about myself. I'm worrying about people around me, and that's part of growing up, man. So I think that's the me. That's the me. Aside from being whatever professional soccer player and this and that. That's Jonathan Osorio, man. There's just a normal guy that's driven and wants everybody to be the best version of them.
I love everything you said in those words. You said ambition. That means that you're always pushing for something, and you said contagious. In a world where we're talking about good vibes, bad vibes, you contagious to want to be in a positive way, especially with everything going on, and even besides that. So you define that in a really, really positive way. And you said the best version of you every day. So I think we're our hardest critics. I definitely am my hardest critic, and I judge myself when I'm brushing my teeth and I want to save water for the world. I turn off the tap instead of leave it running, and I try to do things like that, little increments every day, so I can improve. So what do you do? What do you think you challenge yourself with every day to be a better version of yourself? Is it you look back on every day and say, okay, I got to be better than that guy yesterday, or is it in a long term?
No, it's long term for sure. It's not like, well, yes, you try. It's a balance, right? You strive to be better than you were yesterday. This is the mentality that I've taken on the field. So it's easy on the field. You try to pass the ball better than you did yesterday. But in life too, you wait for those moments where maybe in the past, I think when you get better is when the moments come when you've made the mistake in the past and it comes up again, then you fix it. You do it the way you're supposed to do it, the better way or you solve it in the best way. And that's being a better version of yourself that day. So I think in life, it's long term. It doesn't happen. The situation to be a better person may not come every day. But it does come. And so every time you're trying to grow and make better decisions in life, be more patient and things like that. So in that sense, yeah, it takes time. And it's not to say, you have to be the best version of you tomorrow. No. You try to be the best version that day and try to be better than yesterday, but you're just always trying to evolve, right? You like as you grow, and it happens normally too. You don't really have to think about it. The things that you have to think about is, trying to just deal with certain situations better. For example, my anxiety issue. Before maybe one night I let it make me lose 2 hours of sleep. Maybe the same issue the next night I try to make it I only lose half hour of sleep. I think that's getting better. That's dealing with the problem and getting better to the point where it's not an issue at all.
And so that's, you put a lot into that, and there's so many things to unpack there, and it's really well said. And you said the opportunity to, repeat something, it doesn't always come, but it will, as you mentioned, it will. And there is that opportunity to get better. Do you think that stems off of some sort of regret? Have you had regret? Do you deal with it? Have you dealt with it? And then you learned?
Regret, no. I think regret is not the word. It's a learning experience. I think for you to learn from something, you have to fail or you have to make a mistake. And so you don't regret those mistakes. I don't think you should regret mistakes. I don't think you should. You hopefully don't regret any decisions that you make. You try to learn from it and be better from when the opportunity again arises or when the situation arises. So no, you try. If you're really trying to be the best version of you, I don't think you're going to make a decision that you regret. I'm sure there's people out there that have, and then you have to deal with that. But when you make mistakes, you learn. And so in hindsight, no matter how bad you messed up, if you look at it in a positive way, if you choose to look at it in a positive way, then it's just a learning experience.
That's a great way of putting it. See, I asked the question because, for example, in my case, 20-year-old me may have lived with regret and said so and so, and this was, my fault or so and so's fault. And you get older and you realize I wouldn't, and maybe this resonates. You realize things from a different.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was meant to happen to me so I can get to who I am today. And it's not regret. It's like you say, it's a lesson of the error.
Mm-hmm.
The error is necessary for the lesson to be learned.
Yes, for sure.
And that leads me to, I guess, the last question would be, obviously, end date, and that would mean remembered by a certain way, at least amongst our people that are in our community. How one day you remembered? If something were to happen, of course, obviously we hope not, but what would you say? I want to be remembered as so and so.
Yeah, I've had this question actually a couple of times. Such an interesting question because I think everybody wants to be remembered, right? Like well, maybe not everybody, to be honest. There's a lot of people that don't think about that, but you never know what your time is, and you try to live in a way that people are always going to remember you, right? So such a great question. I think the way I want to be remembered is a kid, man, that a guy that first of all was very genuine, very real. I think that's the first thing that I would love people to say is that Jonathan was a very genuine person, very nice person, humble person. That's first and foremost. I think that's the most important for me. And then after that, I hope I'm remembered for just working really hard, working very, very hard, on achieving every goal of his, and someone that had to earn everything. I think I never want things given to me. I've had nothing given to me in my life, and I prefer it that way. And so I hope that I remember that this is someone that worked for everything he has. He earned it. But first and foremost, he was a very genuine, humble person who looked at everybody the same way.
I can definitely vouch for the humility. I can vouch for the hard working. I can vouch for not handed anything. I remember back when you came back from Uruguay and we got to know each other and we started playing football and we used to train together and we used to talk about, oh, imagine one day so we're at this level, and now you're living the dream, and it makes me happy to see you doing it. Even if we don't always talk, I see it from the distance. I say, oh, this guy scored a goal. Boom, que bien, okay, oh, how good. Jonathan Osorio is doing this and doing that. And even because I don't even want that community at large as well and doing so many great things. And those, for the tough questions, I'll leave that aside for now. You've done an amazing job of answering all of them.
Thank you, bro.
You beside the puzzles there.
Sorry, bro. I think you said something funny, but I didn't hear it. Say that again.
No,
because it's cutting off a bit. Sorry.
I said, what do you do? Yeah, I want to just move. You have the puzzles, but what else are you doing? What are you gonna do until this opens up?
Oh, shoot, man. I've been trying to. I've been watching of the world. I think a big something that's very popular is the documentary of Michael Jordan, which I love, man. It was an amazing documentary and someone that everybody can try to strive to be, because I think that's the maximum for an athlete. And then also, man, just trying to spend time with family, man. Just trying to be a better brother, a better son. Every day enjoying my time with family, trying not to take it for granted. Because actually, I'm staying with my family at the moment, but I live by myself. I've been living by myself for a long time. So, family time hasn't come as much as before, but now during this time, it's back to it brings back memories and it's nice. So I'm just trying to, take all that in and enjoy every day with them. As far as learning a new skill, some people choose to learn a new skill during this time. I've just tried to make the skills that I have better. So I'm still training. And trying to be a better football player somehow, and with the limited resources that we have. But looking forward to the day everything goes back to normal, hopefully. And yeah, man, that's my quarantine life.
That's good to hear, Jonah. I love hearing from you, man. I hope you're still training. I know when you're back, we're all going to be watching from the sideline, just cheering you on. And it's good to hear that you're doing well. Your family's doing well. I hope your brothers are doing, great players, them too. I played with, I think, all of them. And so it's good to hear that you're doing amazing. I send you my best energy all the way from Auckland, man. Hopefully next time we'll do a little game. We'll set something up. And it was amazing to have you on the show, good to catch up. And, I send you, like I said, my best. And we'll talk soon, okay? Yeah.
Thank you, brother, man. I really appreciate you having me on, man. It's been so fun, and anytime, man, anytime we can catch up. Hope you are good over there, and I hope your family is good, bro. It was sick it's really cool to catch up, man. Thank you, bro.
Sounds good, Chena. We'll talk soon. Ciao, hermano.
All right, brother. See you, man.